Leadership meeting commitments and the program for financing and investing in African health through debt for health arrangements, solidarity instruments, and protected budget lines that survive electoral cycles, let each of us bring the Ministry of Finance to the health table and keep it seated right at that table. Prevention repays us ninefold. Show me a better bond in the economy market than prevention. Excellencies, this afternoon, we shall deliberate amongst ourselves on local manufacturing, financing, and governance and leadership. Our member states will pledge, and we shall adopt the Accra Declaration. As your host and your brother, I make one request of all of us. Let us not adopt another eloquent text. Let us seal our pacts.
The Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, has urged the Supreme Court to remain steadfast in protecting public confidence in Ghana's judiciary system, stressing that the rule of law is the bedrock of democracy and national stability.
The Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Bagbin, has called on the Supreme Court to continue strengthening public trust in Ghana's justice system through fairness, independence, and unwavering adherence to the rule of law. Speaking to a judicial event, Mr. Bagbin underscored the importance of an impartial judiciary in safeguarding the country's constitutional democracy and protecting the rights and freedoms of all citizens. He noted that public confidence in the courts is essential for maintaining peace, promoting accountability, and ensuring that justice is administered without fear or favor. The Speaker further urged judicial officers to uphold the highest standards of integrity and professionalism, emphasizing that the credibility of the judiciary depends not only on fair decisions, but also on public perception of its independence. Mr. Bagbin said, the trusted justice system remains a cornerstone of democratic governance and national development, particularly at a time when citizens expect greater transparency and accountability from public institutions. The Speaker's remarks reinforced the critical role of the judiciary in preserving constitutional order and strengthening public confidence in Ghana's democratic institutions.
Still in Parliament, Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, has called for improved funding and welfare in Ghana's judiciary, arguing that financial deprivation within the justice system undermines the effective delivery of justice and the rule of law.
Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Alban Bagbin, has called for an end to what he describes as the poverty of the judiciary, urging greater investment in Ghana's justice system to safeguard its independence and efficiency. Addressing stakeholders at a judicial function, Mr. Bagbin said a well-resourced judiciary is essential for the fair and timely administration of justice, stressing that judicial officers should be provided with the resources needed to discharge their constitutional mandate. He noted that inadequate funding, poor infrastructure, and limited logistical support can weaken public confidence in the courts and hinder access to justice. The Speaker emphasized that strengthening the judiciary is not only about improving the welfare of judges and court staff, but also about protecting the integrity of the justice system and reinforcing the rule of law. Mr. Bagbin urged all arms of government to work together to ensure the judiciary has the financial and institutional support required to serve the interest of justice and uphold Ghana's democratic values. The Speaker's call adds to ongoing discussions about strengthening Ghana's justice sector through increased investment, institutional independence, and reforms aimed at improving public confidence in the administration.
Away from that story, former Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, has called for far-reaching constitutional reforms, arguing that Ghana's current governance framework constructs excessive power in the presidency and weakens accountability. He made the remarks while delivering the annual Mills Memorial Lecture.
Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, has delivered a strong critique of Ghana's constitutional framework, describing it as a major obstacle to effective governance and national development. Speaking at the annual Mills Memorial Lecture, Professor Frimpong Boateng argued that the 1992 Constitution grants excessive powers to the executive, limiting institutional independence and weakening democratic accountability. He called for comprehensive constitutional reforms to strengthen the separation of powers, promote transparency, and ensure public institutions operate independently in the national interest. The renowned heart surgeon and former public official also stressed the need for political leaders to place national development above partisan interests, urging citizens to actively support reforms that will improve governance and restore public confidence in state institutions. His remarks add to the growing national conversation on constitutional review, with governance experts, civil society organizations, and political stakeholders continuing to advocate changes to Ghana's democratic architecture.
Moving on, Ghana is set to host the third edition of China West African Medical Health Industry, AI Diagnosis and Project Cooperation Summit and Expo, bringing together government, healthcare professionals, investors and technology companies to strengthen healthcare system and promote medical innovation across West Africa.
Ghana is preparing to host the third China West Africa Medical and Health Industry, AI Diagnosis and Project Cooperation Summit and Expo, a major international healthcare event aimed at deepening collaboration between China and West Africa. The summit, launched in Accra by the Health Community of West Africa Association in partnership with the Ghana Health Service, seeks to promote innovation in healthcare through artificial intelligence, advanced medical technology, hospital development, and strategic investment. Speaking on behalf of the Minister for Health, Director of Technical Coordination at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Hafiz Adams Taher, said the initiative aligns with government's vision of building a resilient, modern, and people-centered healthcare system. He stressed that emerging technologies, including artificial intelligence and digital health solutions, will play a critical role in the future of medicine. President of the Health Community of West Africa Association, Madame Sihong Jiang, said the summit is intended to position Ghana as a leading healthcare hub in the region by attracting investment, promoting medical research, and encouraging technology transfer between Chinese and African.
Also, a High Court has upheld the National Democratic Congress (NDC) constitutional requirement that members seeking to contest as independent candidates must resign from the parties at least 6 months before filing their nominations. The ruling reinforced the party's internal regulations governing political participations and discipline.
The High Court has affirmed the National Democratic Congress's constitutional provision requiring members to resign from the party at least 6 months before contesting elections as independent candidates. The decision followed a legal challenge to the party's internal rule, with the court ruling that the provision is valid and enforceable under the NDC's constitution. The judgment means party members who fail to comply with the 6-month resignation requirement cannot challenge the rule after deciding to contest elections outside the party's ticket. Legal observers say the ruling reinforces the principle that political parties have the authority to regulate their internal affairs provided their rules are consistent with Ghana's constitution and the country's laws. The decision is expected to influence future internal party contests and preparations ahead of upcoming elections as political parties continue to enforce discipline and compliance with their...
Let's go for a break. Juliet Yaira Afu joins with business news.
bottoms of my heart, I give you praise for the things you have done for me in my life.
For 30 remarkable years, Maranatha Power Ministries International has been changing lives, transforming communities, and spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ across the nations. From drilling clean water wells for deprived communities to establishing schools that shape future generations. From medical missions that restore hope to Christmas outreaches that bring joy. From powerful crusades to planting churches and raising disciples. Maranatha Power Ministries International remain committed to touching lives with the love of Christ. 30 years of grace, 30 years of impact, 30 years of kingdom advancement. Do not miss the 30th anniversary of Maranatha Power Ministries International.
Welcome back from that break. Now let's do some business news with me, Juliet Yaira Afu. In our first story, the Ghana Commodity Exchange GCX has announced measures to eliminate the practice of foreign nationals purchasing agricultural produce directly from farmers, saying the move is aimed at protecting local markets, ensuring fair pricing, and strengthening the country's regulated commodity exchange.
The Ghana Commodity Exchange has intensified efforts to stop foreign nationals from buying agricultural commodities directly from farmers at the farm gates. According to the exchange, the practice undermines Ghana's regulated commodity market, distorts prices, and denies licensed local aggregators and traders the opportunity to participate fairly in the agricultural value chain. GCX says it is working with government agencies, regulators, security institutions, and industry stakeholders to enforce existing laws governing commodity trading and to ensure that all transactions are conducted through approved channels. The exchange believes routing commodity sales through its trading platform will improve price transparency, guarantee quality standards, enhance traceability, and provide farmers with fair and competitive prices for their produce. Officials say the initiative also seeks to curb illegal trading practices, boost local participation in agricultural commerce, and increase the value retained with Ghana's economy. The move forms part of broader efforts to modernize agricultural marketing, strengthen food security, and position Ghana as a competitive hub for commodity trade.
Still in business, leading technology solutions provider Compu Ghana has rewarded loyal customers in its latest promotional campaign while officially opening a new state-of-art showroom at East Legon in Accra. The event highlighted the company's commitment to expanding access to innovative technology products and enhancing customer experience.
Compu Ghana has rewarded customers in its Gold Rush Grand Draw as part of efforts to appreciate customer loyalty and strengthen its relationship with consumers. The Grand Draw held alongside the opening of the company's new showroom at East Legon on Lagos Street brought together customers, partners, staff, and technology enthusiasts. The new showroom is designed to provide customers with a modern and convenient environment to explore a wide range of technology products, including computers, accessories, and digital solutions. Speaking at the event, the marketing manager of Compu Ghana, Mrs. Rita Ekwia-Safua Nyako, popularly known as Ekwia CEO, said the company remains focused on delivering quality products, excellent customer service, and innovative solutions to meet the changing needs of Ghana's technology market. She explained that the Gold Rush promotion was introduced to reward customers for their continuous support while encouraging more people to engage with Compu Ghana's products and services. Customers who participated in the promotion expressed excitement about the opportunity to win prizes and be part of the company's growth journey.
The opening of the East Lagos showroom marks another milestone in Compo Ghana's expansion drive as it continues to strengthen its presence in Ghana.
Finance Minister Dr. Kesel Atuforsen has presented the 2026 Media Budget Review to Parliament, outlining government's economic performance for the first half of the year and announcing measures aimed at sustaining growth, improving revenue mobilization, and addressing key economic challenges.
The government's economic scorecard for the first half of the year is now before Parliament as Finance Minister Dr. Kesel Atuforsen presents the 2026 Media Budget Review. The presentation provides an update on the implementation of the 2026 budget, focusing on critical areas including economic growth, inflation management, exchange rate stability, public debt, revenue generation, expenditure control, and job creation. Dr. Atuforsen is expected to highlight government's progress in restoring macroeconomic stability, strengthening public finances, and creating the environment to support businesses and households. The review also outlines adjustments and new measures for the second half of the year, including strategies to improve domestic revenue mobilization, manage public spending, and accelerate the implementations of major government programs and infrastructure projects. Members of Parliament are expected to scrutinize the statement, with the minority assessing government's performance and the majority defending the policies and measures announced. Economic watchers and businesses community are paying close attention to the review for indications on the direction of fiscal policy, the cost of living, investment climate, and the broader economic outlook. The mid-year budget review is expected to shape Ghana's economic conversations as governments speak to balance fiscal development and measures to promote government and improve living standards.
That's all for business news with me, Juliet Yaira Afu. Up next is sports and entertainment with Wendy Lati.
Mfitiasie no mene ne kunu eware wo odro ene asumdue kwan so
yaware na chi no mene kwachu ba hotel papa bi say ye besepeyo.
What a team for so crown na maye
bibia wo nyankopon sem
ekoba ne san me kunu antena se
edro botum wajo eye edek SM Vites
wa eni gia befi we na me de yem Bible edek SM Vites timasema mame
sa waware mu enije bewie wo paya
na ye kamfo edek SM Vites
Mrs. Wa oyem ye onyina monome no okọ one.
Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Mega News at 6 on NBN TV. And now, on the sports desk, Team Ghana is set to compete at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland, with athletes scheduled to participate in disciplines including athletics, burrowing, cycle, judo, para-athletics, para-powerlifting, para-swimming, swimming, and weightlifting. The games run from July 23rd to August 2nd, 2026, featuring athletes from 74 Commonwealth nations and territories.
Ghana's quest for medals at the Glasgow 2026 Commonwealth Games begins as Team Ghana joins the world's best athletes in Scotland for the 23rd edition of the multi-sport event. The Ghanaian contingent, made up of some of the country's top performing athletes, will compete across several disciplines, including athletics, boxing, judo, cycling, swimming, weightlifting, and parasport events. In athletics, attention will focus on Ghana's spirit and field event competitors as they battle for qualification places and medal opportunities. The athletics program will be staged at the Scotstoun Stadium. The boxing team will also carry Ghana's rich Commonwealth boxing tradition, with hopes of advancing deep into the competition at the Scottish Events Campus. Ghana's weightlifters, swimmers, cyclists, judokers, and para-athletes will also be looking to make their mark as the country targets a strong medal performance. The Glasgow 2026 competition schedules runs from July 23rd to August 2nd. With events spread across 4 venues and featuring 10 sports disciplines. With national pride at stake, Team Ghana will be hoping to replicate past Commonwealth successes and return home with medals for the nation.
And away from the sports bulletins, we move to the entertainment segment where Ghanaian rap heavyweights Strongman Benna and Sarkodie have joined forces for a highly anticipated collaboration titled Lomo, bringing together 2 generations of lyrical excellence on one powerful record.
The Ghanaian rap scene is set for another major moment as Strongman Benna and Sarkodie combine their talents on a new single, Lomo. The collaboration unites 2 of Ghana's most respected lyricists, with fans expecting hard-hitting bars, wordplay, and the signature rap energy both artists are known for. Strongman Benna, widely celebrated for his technical delivery and punchlines, has continued to strengthen his position in Ghanaian hip-hop with releases that showcase his lyrical depth. Sarkodie, one of Africa's most decorated rappers, has also maintained his influence on the rap scene with several major collaborations and releases over the years. Lomo is expected to appeal to rap lovers across Ghana and beyond, as the 2 artists bring together experience, creativity, and competitive energy on one track. With anticipation already building among music fans, Lomo could become another defining moment in Ghana's rap history as Strongman Benna and Sarkodie remind audiences of the power of authentic hip-hop.
And that's all for today on Sports and Entertainment. I'm Wendy Lati. Up next is the foreign news with Nade Degogo.
Hata wodi yasam luku faso. Baba. Me again. Nessa wo yale. Me kwa adwuma mu wo hia me nti. Mentimi antrent ma fra me doctor fra wonam kwaso wo ba. Share the cause. Si wo gusu wora ni. Yes, malaria. Malaria. Oh, what they say wo dey ruta. Me kope bia bre nsisi. Aduro ne fe no ruta mixer. Ye kama malaria aduro and running so Gap trap and the draw ku abaso body ase wabo ruta mixture abaso ruta natural products nwane ruta mixture ya ye kutie atridi ruta tonic and the ruta life wa ehuru efin srade bone efin nipadua mu na support immune system no ruta de obi ase ye FDA age dwede nkrato ya to.
Welcome back from the break. On the international front, authorities in France have evacuated about 20,000 people as fast-moving wildfire spreads through parts of southwest. For residents and tourists on fleas, firefights are needed. Flames fueled by dry conditions and strong winds.
A major wildfire in southwestern France has triggered one of the country's largest emergency evacuations this year, with about 20,000 people moved to safety from affected communities and holiday areas. The blaze, burning near the Atlantic coast around the Gironde region, has destroyed thousands of hectares of forest and spread rapidly through dry pine areas. More than 700 firefighters, supported by water-bombing aircraft, have been deployed to contain the flames, as authorities warn that shifting winds and extreme heat are making the operation difficult. Among those evacuated are thousands of tourists from campsites and holiday resorts, while temporary shelters have been opened to accommodate displaced residents. Officials say there have been no reported deaths from the wildfire so far, but emergency teams remain on high alert as hot and dry conditions continue across parts of Europe. The latest wildfire emergency adds to growing concerns across Europe over the increasing frequency and intensity of extreme weather events linked to rising temperatures and prolonged drought conditions.
The part of the forest that wasn't touched has begun to be engulfed by the fire at great speed. It has rapidly and dramatically intensified.
Overnight, we evacuated 10,000 people from various campgrounds and hotels. And right now, still as a precautionary measure and to protect, evacuating 8,800 people with the help of the National Gendarmerie and local officials.
When you see this, it's a little unsettling. We're scared. We're going to gather our things. It's a disaster.
We went through the same thing 3-4 years ago. We're better prepared than we were before, even though we have never actually been called one.
The bags are packed.
In our last story, former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife, Celine Flores, are set to stand trials in the United States in June 2027 over alleged drug trafficking offenses after the federal judge scheduled the high-profile case.
The United States Court has set June 1, 2027 as the start date for the trial of former Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores. The pair face charges including alleged involvement in a cocaine trafficking conspiracy and other drug-related offenses. U.S. prosecutors accused them of working with Venezuelan officials and drug traffickers to move large quantities of cocaine into the United States. Maduro and Flores have denied the allegations and pleaded not guilty. Their defense team is expected to challenge the charges and argue that Maduro's former position as Venezuela's head of state provides legal protections. The case has attracted international attention, with legal experts watching what could become one of the most significant trials involving a former foreign leader in a U.S. court. The former Venezuelan president remains in U.S. custody as pre-trial proceedings continue ahead of the scheduled hearing. The trial is expected to deepen global debate over international law, political accountability, and the limits of prosecuting former heads of state abroad.
That's all for the 6 p.m. news. Let's take a recap of the major headlines.
Mahama urges African leaders to meet 15% health spending target. In business, GCX moves to end farm gate buying by foreigners. And on the international front, France evacuates 20,000 as wildfires spread in southwest.
Business news was read by Juliet Yaira Afu. Sports and entertainment, Wendy Liati. My name is Nadede Gogo. See you same time tomorrow. Have a very good evening.